Are you wanting to get feedback for the work that you do within your organization and want to use HubSpot to do so? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create 4 different types of feedback surveys right inside HubSpot, automate them, and also get them to the right people to report back on exactly how you're performing as an organization. So I want to check it out. Let's dive in. So you can see inside HubSpot, if we move over to the so if we move to the automation area and click on surveys, we'll have our survey area. Just a reminder, you will need Service Pro and above in order to do what we're doing today. This is our test portal, so all of this is dummy data and just examples that we have here. Now, in this feedback survey area, if you're new to this as well, or you're looking to get a trial, hit us up in the comments below, we'll get it unlocked for you. But if we have the feedback surveys here, basically what we'll have is 3 tabs: the manage, which is all of the surveys that you have, all the responses, and the response tags. Now, to categorize the different types of feedbacks that we can do, we click on create survey. We've got 4 different areas here, and HubSpot does a pretty good job of explaining what each of these are. We'll look at the industry standard surveys first, and then we'll look into the custom ones as well. We've got customer support, customer satisfaction, and customer loyalty, often known as CES, CSAT, and NPS. So CES essentially is how they feel about the support that they interacted with you at that very certain time. So great for those ones if you've got tickets specifically that you're helping out somebody, and then afterwards we can automate to send, hey, how did we go? Yes, was it great? Was it good? Can we get some feedback on how we did? It's really, really great if you guys are using the ticketing area to really use this as well, and ask it as much as you can as well to help round it out. Not everyone's going to answer it, but it's a really great opportunity. The CSAT score is a little bit different, as while the customer support is on the interaction, the CSAT is generally as the business. So probably not sending it out as often, but it's a bit more simplified. Happy face, sad face, and neutral face as well. Potentially it could be sent out monthly, quarterly, half yearly, or yearly as well. It's a general customer satisfaction as a whole. If you're in a services business, quarterly would be a great opportunity to sort of see how they're going and get some feedback to see how they're going on an ongoing basis, or potentially at the end of a project. And in customer loyalty, NPS, I'm pretty sure everybody in the world has got an NPS before. How likely are you going to recommend us to a friend or family? This has been tried and tested to death, in my opinion. I often find that the conversion rate for NPSs probably isn't as good as a more simplified version. More so, in some instances, you wouldn't sort of talk to friends and family about certain scenarios, but it is there if you need to use it. It is a good industry standard across the board for a large volume of people to sort of ask that question to get some feedback on that as well. You will notice at the top as well, we've got a custom survey. Personally, my favorite, if you're asking. No. Personally, my favorite, because you've got a bit more flexibility in regards to what you can ask when, and ask specifics. We'll quickly go through the customer support, the customer satisfaction, and the customer loyalty. But we'll spend a lot of time in the custom survey because I believe this is kind of where you can customize the feedback and really help your organization improve on how they go. And then obviously celebrate and support those that are obviously doing a great job as well. So the customer support on an individual, if we go to next, we'll see that an email will get sent out automatically to your contacts and customers. It gives you a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like, specifically around tickets. So it says, hey, obviously first name, you recently asked us you had an issue with this. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Neighbourhood made it easy to handle my issue, 1 to 7. And that looks like it's going to automatically get sent out. You'll see when I create it, I've got some flexibility in regards to what it looks like and what it says as well. So we can see the company URL, Neighbourhood, we can see where it's getting sent from specifically, and how was your support experience in the subject line. We've also got office location for those that have got business units in different locations as well. In the email body, we can go through and we can also change the greeting. We can also change the introduction. We can't, because the CES score is based on, made it easy to deal with my issue, because this is essentially what we're asking from a CES industry standpoint. And then also we got themes as well. We can add logos, etc., color schemes, etc. What we want to try and do is make it as simplistic as possible, because we really just do want them to answer that question with one click as well. We'll click on the feedback, After they click on, 1 to 3 makes it difficult, 4 to 5 neutral, 6 to 7 easy, and then we can customize basically what the question is that we get asked as well. Keep it simple. Not a lot of people spend a lot of time. You'll find people that had a really bad experience will probably get quite passionate about their answers, which is great. But if you try to keep it simple as well for the easy part as well, just to make sure that we can give them, get some sort of context to exactly what happened. Also got the thank you page as well that we can go through. I would love it if we could go through and automatically then go to a different page, like a Google review or something along those lines, if it hits certain criteria. I mean, you could do that through automation if you really wanted to, but it'd be great to do that here. Anyway, just some more feedback for the product team. We've got some recipients as well, so we select the pipeline on which it actually gets attributed to as well, and basically we can set delays. So basically when the ticket is closed, go over here, we can see when the ticket is closed, you can then choose the pipeline. So every single time the ticket gets closed, we can immediately send it out, or we can set a delay as well. My recommendation is to potentially set a delay, mainly because they might be in the middle of something and going through. Best chance for success is the set delay as well. Automation as well. So basically what we can do is create workflows, much like we said before as well, potentially send an email and say, hey, I'm stoked that you had a really great experience. Is there a chance that you might be able to go through and click the link and put a Google review as well? So if you click on the create workflow, it's a simple version of basically the workflow that we go through, but you can go through and actually set up that stuff. Some things that I like to do in the negative areas or the neutral areas is if we can click on this, we can, and you might have SMS, using SMS within HubSpot here as well. But if you don't, there's also opportunity to use third parties. I personally, if there is some negative feedback, I like to send a text message to the owner, sales manager, marketing manager, whoever that might be, straight away with the actual feedback from that to address it straight away. Depending on the size of your organization, I think that feedback specifically needs to be addressed straight away, and you need to be seen to be, addressing it as well. It depends on the volume that you have, but specifically you might have specific teams, team leaders, anything like that matter. You want to make sure that you really address it straight away. It might be something that, that everyone might be aware of, but I think if you can kind of show that you have taken the response and the feedback on board and improving services, I think it's really good. But if a manager that's basically managing a larger team, getting that text message for that feedback straight away, I think really does help be proactive about fixing things within the organization or giving feedback to other departments as well. Also, we've got Slack messages as well. So that's, I guess, very generally, it's quite intuitive when it comes through. We can review and publish and basically get that kicked off. So if you are using ticketing pipelines, it's a really great tool just to get feedback on each ticket that is closed as well. The next one we're going to step through here is the CSAT as well. Stepping through the same type, but basically we've got another 2 options and a more simplistic UI as well. So we can send an email to your contacts and customers. We can choose a web page. So you can sort of see down the bottom left-hand side. You'll notice HubSpot uses this quite often. You might see this in your HubSpot account pop up as well. But also you can choose chat if you want to ask them after a chat conversation as well. If you're a SaaS platform, if you're using chat, just do this. I recommend if you've got Service Pro, please just turn this on. It's great to get feedback. You're not going to get feedback from everybody, but it's really great to see the feedback come through, and it's a really great opportunity to sort of get that feedback and improve how you operate. Again, much like the other one, I won't step through it. Feedback is unhappy, neutral, and happy. Really simplistic. You can kind of see here. Thank you, obviously like the other one. Recipients. This is a little bit different because what we're doing is I selected the email. When should we send this email? And basically gives you either a static list. You can start from scratch and build certain criteria. Might even go down to the point where has been a customer and you want to wait sort of 30 days or wait every 60 days. You can really build this out just like a workflow as well. And then the automation tool, again, much like what we had before, poor feedback, great feedback, etc. So much the same, more simplistic, but you can direct it and target it to both chat, web page, but also email as well. Going to the third one is the NPS score, as we sort of said, giving you two options, email and web page on this one as well. Most of the ones that everybody gets is via email. You might want to have a logged in state specifically for a SaaS platform, or I wouldn't ask this outside. I would want them to be a regular customer or viewer of your actual platform website. But if it's an email, again, we're going to go through. It's much the same as we go through. The layout is much the same. The guts have changed slightly to be 0 to 10. Obviously, feedback, thank you. Now, the recipients is going to be much like the last one as well. We can set a certain criteria. In this instance, we can set reoccurring the frequency, whether it's a one-off or where it's a reoccurring one as well. So you've got a bit more flexibility with that one as well. And then you've got the automation just like the other ones. They're the three. Again, all fairly similar. A little bit of, there's some changes to each of them, but just pick the one that fits your organization the best. Last but not least is the custom survey. I like this one. I like it because I think that you get more flexibility with what you want to say and how you want to say it. You can create a shareable link, which is what I really, really like. You can create a link and you can put it into a workflow, you can put it into an email, you can put it into an SMS, you can put it into an email signature. You can do anything you want with that. You can either do a web page as well, or you can do put it on a web page, or an email as well. So I'll put a shareable link. Actually, I'll put an email just because we'll stay consistent. In here, this is just like the email drag and drop editor as well. So you'll sort of see on the left-hand side, you'll see rating, sentiment, radio boxes, check boxes, single boxes, drop down, single line text, multi-line text, NPS, date, CSAT, and CES. We've still got those CSAT and CES scores in there as well. So like, why wouldn't you use this? Because it's like you can get further context if need be. We've got some previous questions that we can kind of use, or if you used it again, but in here you can use sentiment and drag and drop, just like the email tool. We can ask, what's the question here? Are you happy watching HubSpot How-Tos? And then basically do placeholder text, etc. You will need to, in this instance, create feedback properties and assign the question to the response. Why? Because this will allow you to use automation based on the responses that you get, but also because it's sort of a feedback property, it will allow you to do some pretty cool reporting as well. So if we go through, we've got the sentiment, we've got a radio button. So we've got a radio button so you can sort of click one or the other. This gives, you can kind of see a lot more flexibility, multi-line text, dates, NPS. This can be at the end of a project and get real granular details in regards to how your products or services have really helped. So feel free to go through. There's some common modules at the bottom that you can work through as well, just like the email. So you might want to design it as well by putting headers, imageries, but also we can also do steps as well. So much like the new tool for forms, you can go next step, next step, next step. This will allow you to add that step form as well, just so that no one's overwhelmed by the amount of information that they have to sort of give as well. So like I said, here we go. There's a feedback tool just popped up. We go through and it's a really great dynamic tool to use. The thank you is much the same as the other one. The email, much the same as the other one. And we can kind of see here, we've got all of the options that we had in the last ones, frequency, when you want to send it, and also the certain criteria. The automation comes through. We don't have the automation tool like we had with the other ones, but we do have notifications specifically. We can create the workflows and then use the feedback properties in that. I assume that they'll update this at some point of time anyway. And then you can review and publish. A good rule of thumb specifically for this is if you're doing this for the first time, is to go through and use a small subset of data first. So for example, if you've got a large client base or you're looking to get a large amount of feedback, my recommendation would be start with a really small subset first, get familiar, make sure that you want to go through and get that feedback. You might want to tweak the questions, even what is in the actual email, just to help get a better conversion rate and get some feedback on the feedback from your customers, just to make sure, I guess, that conversion rate, you can get that up as best as possible. After doing a bit of testing as well, you can go through and set sail and get the feedback you're looking for. I will say there's been a new addition as well. You can set survey reminder emails as well. So basically you don't want to do, you want to do 2 days afterwards. The thing is that after the feedback has been asked, if you leave a gap too much, people are just going to forget about it and just write it off. You really want to sort of get that feedback at that interaction, if it's a single one-off use, as close as you can at the end of that purchase, at the end of the service, at the end of the delivery of whatever you were doing. If it's a cadence, that's fine. But HubSpot does recommend 2 days, but 1 to 2 days, I think, as a reminder, is a great tap. Ask once, and then if they're not going to give that feedback, that's fine. And there you have it. I just stepped through 4 different types of feedback surveys that you can do right inside HubSpot using Service Pro and Enterprise. I stepped through using CSAT, CES, and NPS, but also using the customized survey. If you want a step-by-step guide on what we did here today, there's a link in the description with the PDF. You can download it, take it offline, bring it into the boardroom, and work out how you can best build your custom surveys or using the CSAT, CES, or NPS. Well, that's it from me. Happy HubSpotting.